Good evening and welcome to another episode of Ma Cherie, an alternative and avant-garde TV show that devoted to art, beauty, photography and music and much more, in general devoted to life and the lifestyle. My name is Cherie Laurent, and I am going to be your host for tonight's episode. So please sit, relax and let's enjoy our journey. Tonight I would like to start this episode by making an announcement, and this announcement for the lovely people in Australia on Channel 31 in Melbourne, Victoria and Geelong, that Ma Cherie from the 5th of June, which is the next season, gonna start at 11:30, not at 11. So I am sorry, I apologize, I really tried, but I could not get them to give me a better time. I know that you always say it's too late, I'm sleeping at that time, but I know you love me as much as I love you, and that you're gonna stay this half an hour extra to watch the show and enjoy what I offer to you. So the good news is they gave me the repeat on Monday at 11 p.m. And I like Monday. Sometimes I like Monday more than Friday. Friday was amazing during the Corona lockdown, where Channel 31 got 1 million viewers, and sometimes because people are staying home and no one out and there's no clubs and there's no bar. But now, and when we come back to life, I wonder how many people are going to be home watching the show on Friday night. So if you're watching the show now at 11 and you're going to be watching it at 11:30, I really appreciate your time, and I would like to thank you and say thank you for being there and enjoying all the work I put to your enjoyment. And I love Monday because there's not so much competition, and people doesn't go and hang out on Mondays. They're normally exhausted by that time, and they just want to stay home and watch TV before they go to bed. I was hoping and praying and still trying to negotiate maybe if the network will give me 10 o'clock or even 10:30. That's bring me to the memory when I first started at 2006 with TVS in Sydney. I was at 10 p.m. on Monday. And at that time, we're talking about 2006, TVS was just started, and the signal wasn't really strong enough that most Sydney could see it. There was only small part of Sydney could watch the TV. But the difference at that time, and also the TV played the same time on Channel 31 in Melbourne. But at that time, people used to watch TV. Now people doesn't watch TV most of the time. They watch Netflix. And since the streaming website came, Netflix, Amazon, blah, 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 I hardly watch TV. I personally don't watch TV myself because I think most of it are very negative. And I only watch my show to be sure that the sound is good, the lighting is good, everything went according to plan, and then I could go to sleep and say, thanks God, I've done a good job. So I'm mostly like, the nasty teacher that watching the student, which is myself, to be sure that she did her job well. That's the only time I watch TV, and that's the only channel I watch, which is Channel 31. The other thing is, like, one of the things we talked about today, Netflix, with all the other producers that I have meeting with, and I know them, and how Netflix changed the way I think and I believe. And it seems to me Netflix is being controlled by those people in acquisition that choose programs that they are psychopaths. That I work really hard, and sometimes I only watch shows when I'm eating my dinner or my lunch, and I thought, okay, stop working, eat and get back, just eat something. So I watch Netflix, and through this journey I watched Jeff Dahmer, and I watched Ted Bundy, and I watched The Son of Sam, and I watched this new Joker program, and all these programs again, over and over and over, it's all about serial killers. And then if you want to think, for God's sake, it's like I can't basically trust any human being anymore. I mean, I lived in America and I think they are beautiful people. And I used to go out and meet people and go to their houses and have pizza and watch movie. Or I have situation actually twice when people stopped on the street and said, "Do you want a job?" And I said, "Yes, I was looking for a job." And he said, "Get to the car." And I jumped to the car and he took me and he gave me a job. So, and then I see those, crazy thing that people, young boys looking for a job, and this guy take them home and murder them. Or this woman looking for a flatmate and this guy take her to show her the room and then he hold her in for 11 years and beat her up and rape her and people get pregnant. There were 3 women in the house. And it was like, what kind of world is this? That's not the world I know, and that's not the world I lived in. And I know that people always used to say, "You crazy, you've done this, you're crazy, you've done this." I'm still alive. And things like this did happen. And thanks God, I never met those people, otherwise I would never be here. But after watching all this negativity on Netflix, it seems like it kills my faith in humanity, and it killed my faith in the goodness in people. As I am organizing myself to go to New York again or go to America to shoot a new season, I was talking to this actress that I met suddenly, and she's here from America for 8 months doing a TV series on Netflix. And I said to her, I'm going back to America to make a TV series, and I'm really scared now after watching all this. I don't think I will be able to talk to anybody. If anyone gonna come to me and say, "Excuse me," I will just scream and run, because I think, maybe that's like Ted Bundy gonna hit me on my head, or someone said, "Do you want a job?" I will run miles. It killed my trust in people. It killed my trust in the goodness of people. And I don't know why they're doing this. Now, the other thing is also, it's all these programs or films that always about the Second War. And I know it's a hard time and, in the past, and we need to look for the future, and we need to have hope in the future, especially with everything going around. And the amount of films on Netflix about the crusade of the Jews in the Second War and the concentration camp and Hitler and the Second War, was just too much. I like to have a good entertainment where I could go home and sleep peacefully and have beautiful dream, and I can't do that. And I'm sure also people having the same thing, because this lady, she said to me, "You've been watching Netflix, is another murderer, is another serial killer. We're not all like that. That is like a small percentage of all the American, not American like that." And I said, the thing is, I know, because I lived in America and I loved living in America, and I loved American people. I think they're lovely. But I don't understand why Netflix do that. And at the same time, I'm paying you, well, now it's in Australia, it's $16 a month, to entertain me, to make me happy, to take some of the pain off the day from my shoulder, and just give me something to enjoy watching, put a smile on my face, make me happy while I'm eating my meal. Last night I saw a new film, it's an Australian film, and I'm not going to mention the name of it because it's not fair for the film. And I thought, wow, that's a period film. And it's not about the war, and it's not about the concentration camps, and it's not about murderers or serial killers. So let's watch that. And suddenly these soldiers beating up this woman, gang raping her, killing her husband, murdering her little child in front of her. That happened in less than, 10 minutes? I was like, what is this? So I was thinking of canceling my Netflix and probably go to Tubi because it's free. So after declaring the time, the new time segment, which is 11:30 and Monday Monday at 11, 11:30 on a Friday, and Monday at 11. And see if we could beg them and kiss their feet and to give us 10:30 or 10. We'll see. But until now, it's 11. Last week, I introduced my song, You'll Never Understand, and I have a great feedback from you guys. I'm very happy that you loved it. I loved it too. It's a beautiful song. I was flooded with emails, text messages, and there was lots of questions about the song. And yes, I know it's a 5-minute song. And that's the challenge of creating good music when you take the people through a journey, and between getting locked with commercial time on radio, which is only 3 minutes maximum if you're lucky. If it's longer, they don't play it. And my publicist said to me, I can't publish your song because it's too long and they're not going to play it. And I said, there's great artists that we love. I love Maria Callas. I like Kerry Takanawa. They are one of the greatest opera singers. I never hear them play on radio. Sarah Brightman, Enya. There's so many lists, even Barbra Streisand. Some of the greatest singers in the world, you don't get them play on radio. You get Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift all the time. And this type of music is always the same. Feels like either you fit or you don't fit. And some people said, this is remind me of Guns N' Roses, or it's the 80s rock style. And I thought, you gave me the best compliment ever, because the best rock songs ever being created was in the 80s. I mean, you've got bands like Kiss and Guns N' Roses and Hot Chili Peppers and so many good, amazing rock singers in the 80s. If someone said my music remind them of that, I will bow and say thank you. That's the best compliment. And some of them said that's more like Andrew Lloyd Webber, musical theatre. And I think that's great. I love Andrew Lloyd Webber. Sunset Boulevard and Phantom of the Opera is one of the greatest musical theatres ever be written in our time. The other question they were asking me, who is the male singer? And that was the secret about the song, because the singer saw me on TV, watched the show. He contacted me and he told me he's a singer. I listened to his music and I loved his voice. I think he's got a fantastic voice. We started texting. This was during the Corona, so we never really met. And I do play games with creative artists, which I found very encouraging. It's called songwriting. So what I do is basically I write a poet, I send it in a text, and the other person could send me, respond back with another poet line, the same concept, ended the same way. So it's like rhyming a song. So we started playing this and we really got excited, and I said, you've got incredible voice and I have a different voice, and I think, why don't we work together? And then we start writing songs together. And I think until he watched my episode when I was talking about my life as a model before my full transition. And he realized I'm a trans woman, which I'm very proud of who I am, and I'm proud of my journey. But apparently he was transphobic. And he contacted me and he said, a lot of straight men hate trans women. And I was like, the only idiot one, because trans women love men. And why are you telling me that? Why don't you just treat me as an artist? Because it's not really your business, my journey or my life is. We're working together, so I'm not your lover, I'm not your partner, I haven't promised you anything. And we just say we will work as a singers together, so what this has to do with it? Why are you telling me that? And then by talking to him further, I realized that this guy, he's got tendencies of being transphobic. He recorded the song, I paid him, and then I asked him a lots of time, around 4 months, if he could come to the studio for 1 hour, stood in front of the camera and sing the song so I could use a music video. For 4 months, so many booking, never turned up, never even apology. When I talked to my manager and he said to me, you wrote the song to your dad, and that's supposed to be your dad. This guy is blonde and a young guy, and he looks Celtic. Even if you make 1 million times different makeup on him, he's not gonna look like your dad. So why don't you choose someone who looks like your dad? And I said, well, I don't live in Persia. Where the hell am I gonna find someone look like my dad? And my dad was a good-looking man. So I said, I'm gonna take myself through makeover, and I'm gonna make myself look like my dad, and I'm gonna sing the song myself, and I'm gonna use my face as my dad. I'll try to look as much as I can like how my dad used to look. My dad's passed away. But I did the makeup based on a photo I have of my dad when he was in certain age, and I try to look as much as I can looks like him. And the reason I used it very faded and see-through, all of it, because it's supposed to be a spirit. So I'm singing to his spirit, and he's responding to me through the soul, the spirit. And I think that's where the music comes out. And I talked to the singer, and I sent him a message, and I said, clearly from the comments you made, I could feel that you are actually transphobic. I could feel you don't want to be seen with me on a music video, and I'm going to take this burden off your shoulder. I'm not going to mention your name if you don't want me to, because clearly you and your friends probably have the same feeling, and I don't want you to be bullied, or there's no reason for me to mention you. If you're not proud of working with me, I'm not interested of mentioning your name. And he said, that's okay. Well, he didn't respond, so he didn't say that's okay, he didn't respond. And we solved it with the recording studio, we solved it with the management, and we decided to release the song as the way you received it, and I'm happy with it, and I wish him all the best. So yes, I'm not going to mention his name, and he got paid, and the song is all the right for me, and it's my gift to my dad. So I'm going to play it again, and if we still have time, we're going to go to another subject that is very important, so stay tuned after the song.
Just a broken glass, trying to heal from the past, trying to make it on my own. I thought the pain had gone.
Here we are, face to face, between all the human race, talking about a love unshared. I thought you never cared.
You
always thought you never cared.
Never, 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 never,
never understand. You never understand. You never understand. You never understand. Who is the boy and who is the man? You never understand. You never understand. Who is the boy and who is the man? I was there when you were born. It was great having a son of my own, and I thought you would be there for me. I would never grow alone.
Have you ever noticed the little boy is a grown? He's a grown.
You are from me.
I am not your clone.
You belong to me.
I am not something you own.
You never understand. You never understand. Who is the boy and who is the man? It's just different dreams that we share. I always thought you never cared. I have a great dream for you.
I have a dream of my own.
I gave you everything you want.
I never needed your throne.
I needed your love, the love you've never shown. I needed your love, the love you've never shown. I needed your love, the love you've never shown. I needed your love, the love you never shown. I needed your love.
The love you've never shown.
We move to a new song that I want to share with you today if we have time, and it's Daddy. I wrote this song clearly to my dad after he passed away. It's part of the musical, it's part of the film, and one of the most amazing story about the song, when I wrote it 2008. My dad died 2007, 5. And from 2005 until 2008, I was refusing to accept my dad's pass away because I really loved him, and I always felt I never have the chance to connect with him. And the more I get older, the more I understand why, and the more I forgive, and the more I love him more. And that was my way to send him a message in his grave.
I was your shame, something to blame, and now you are gone, and I'm left here alone. I know from your curse I need to heal. Oh Daddy, oh Daddy, if you only knew how I feel, how I feel, how I feel. Daddy, Daddy, if you only knew how I feel. Daddy, Daddy, I know to you I wasn't ideal. God knows how much I tried to please you. I didn't wanna let you down. I didn't want anyone to tease you. You pushed me out of frame, didn't care about my pain. I was burning, you never noticed the flame. The lost child person I became. I wish you understood my life wasn't a game. Daddy, Daddy, if you only knew how I feel. Daddy, Daddy, I know to you I wasn't ideal. God knows how hard I really tried. I didn't wanna let you down. Life is a journey with no guide. Nothing to do with fame. I wasn't trying to be lame. We were burning, playing a stupid game. Who I am can't be denied. I need to have my pride. I didn't wanna be the one who acted alive. Daddy, Daddy, if you only knew how I feel. Daddy, Daddy, I know to you I wasn't ideal. Daddy, Daddy, if you only knew how I feel. Now you're gone and I'm left here alone, 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 alone. Daddy, Daddy, if you only knew how I feel. Daddy, Daddy, I know to you I wasn't ideal. Daddy, Daddy, if you only knew how I feel. Daddy, Daddy, I know to you I wasn't ideal. I have to run away or my soul will die. It wasn't a choice for me to live on the other side. Oh Daddy, oh Papa, look at me in the eyes. Oh Papa, please Papa, look at me in the eyes.